Hi everyone. Today we are going to review everything from Unit 2, Humour. This review will cover the following parts: vocabulary of humour, positive emotions, negative emotions, collocations, good mood idioms, and bad mood idioms. Language function, lack of understanding, asking for clarification, and making a request. Grammar, modal verbs. Let's start with vocabulary related to humour. Humour, stand-up comedian, caricature, sitcom, cartoon. Sense of humour, humorist, comedian, comedy film. Amusing, impression, imitation, funny, humorous, droll, hilarious, irony, to laugh, laughter, witty, joke, gag, to kid, to joke, to make fun of, to ridicule, to poke fun at someone, to pull someone's leg, to laugh at someone, silly, stupid, satire, stage fright. Now let's move to vocabulary related to positive feelings. Joy, merriment, enthusiasm, optimism, cheerful, happiness, ecstasy, gaiety, jubilation, vivacious, vivacity, delight, pleasure. Negative feelings, despair, angry, anger, lonely, loneliness, sad, unhappy, sadness, unhappiness, afraid, scared, frightened, petrified, terrified, fear, terror, horror, panic, to worry, frustration, depression, pessimism. Next, we have collocations. As we explained before, collocations refer to a group of two or more words that usually go together. Have fun, take a break, sense of humour, burst into laughter. Next, we have good mood idioms. To lift one's spirit, things are looking up. To walk on air, one's spirit rises. Let's move to bad mood idioms. To feel down, to feel low. One's heart sinks. In the depths of despair. Now, let's move on to language function. Expressing lack of understanding. If you want to express lack of understanding, you can say, I beg your pardon? Sorry, but I don't understand. I'm not sure I know what you mean. I don't see what you mean. I'm not sure I got your point. Sorry, I didn't understand that. I'm not quite sure I follow you. I haven't grasped what you mean. Asking for clarification. If you want to ask for clarification, you can say, what do you mean by... Do you mean? Is that so? What do you want to say? Could you explain that, please? Could you clarify that, please? Would you elaborate on that, please? Could you be more explicit? Could you be more specific? Could you give us an example? Making a request. To make a request, you can say, could you please? Can you? Will you? Will you do me a favor? Do you mind? Would you mind? Do you think you could? Could you possibly? I wonder if you could possibly. Accepting a request. To accept someone's request, you can say, sure, I'd be glad to. I'd be happy to. Sure. No problem. Of course. Certainly. All right. With pleasure. Sure, don't worry. Declining a request. To decline or refuse someone's request, you can say, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, but. I'd love to, but. I'm afraid I can't. Sorry to say that, but I can't. I am awfully sorry. I just can't. I am sorry. Finally, modal verbs. Possibility, probability, making a guess. This is for when you aren't 100% sure about something. Modals. May, might, could. Present, future. Use may, might, could, plus base verb. For example, where is Maria? She might be at the store. Don't go on that old bridge. It may break. Past. Use may, might, could, plus have plus past participle. For example, he's late. He might have missed the bus. I don't know why she didn't say hello. She could have been upset. 2. Certainty. Deduction. Making a strong guess. This is for when you are about 99% sure something is true because you have strong evidence. Model. Must. Present. Use must plus base verb. For example, he hasn't slept in 24 hours. He must be exhausted. That car is a new Mercedes. They must have a lot of money. Past. Use must plus have plus past participle. For example, the kitchen is a mess. The kids must have had a food fight. She knew all the answers. She must have studied hard. 3. Impossibility. Certainty that something isn't true. This is the opposite of certainty. You are 99% sure something is not true or not possible. Modals. Can't. Couldn't. Present. Use can't plus base verb. For example, that story can't be true. You just ate a huge dinner. You can't be hungry again. Past. Use can't, couldn't, plus have, plus past participle. For example, you can't have finished the whole book already. I just gave it to you. He couldn't have stolen the money. He was with me all day. 4. Advice. This is for giving your opinion on what is the right or best thing to do. Modals. Should. Ought to. Had better. Present. Use should. Ought to. Plus base verb. For example, it's a great movie. You should watch it. You ought to apologize for being late. Had better is stronger, like a warning. You had better tell the truth or you'll be in trouble. Past regret. Criticism. Use should plus have plus past participle. For example, I feel sick. I shouldn't have eaten so much cake. He failed the test. He should have studied more. 5. Obligation, rules, and necessity. This is for something that is required, necessary, or a rule. Models: must, have to. Present: must, often for personal or strong obligations. For example, I must remember to call my mum. Have to, often for external rules. For example, in the UK, you have to drive on the left. Past. Must does not have a past form for obligation. Use had to. For example, I had to leave the party early because I felt sick. 6. Prohibition. Not allowed. This is for rules about what you are not allowed to do. Model: mustn't. Present: future. Use mustn't plus base verb. For example, you mustn't touch that, it's dangerous. Visitors mustn't feed the animals at the zoo. 7. Absence of necessity. This is for when something is not required. It's optional. Modals: don't have to, don't need to, needn't. Present: use don't have to, don't need to plus base verb. For example, tomorrow is a holiday, so I don't have to go to work. Past: didn't have to. You didn't need to do it, and you probably didn't do it. For example, we didn't have to pay for the tickets. They were free. Needn't have. You did something, but it was unnecessary, a waste of effort. For example, you needn't have bought milk. We already have 3 cartons. 8. Ability, inability. This is for saying what you can or cannot do. Models: can, can't, could, couldn't. Present: use can, can't plus base verb. For example, she can play the guitar. I can't speak German. Past: use could, couldn't plus base verb. For example, when I was 10, I could climb any tree in the park. I couldn't find my keys this morning. 9. Permission. This is for asking if it's okay to do something. Modals: may, formal, can, informal. Present: for example, may I use your bathroom? Can I borrow your pen? 10. Request. This is for asking someone to do something for you. Modals: will, would, can, could. Present: for example, will you close the window? Would you please help me with this bag? Could you tell me what time it is?